Hey, it's Sam here from KitchenGadgetsClub.com, and I've got another brilliant one for you in our series of picnic food and just basically food for summer. And this one is going to be made in the slow cooker. It's a brilliant make ahead one that you can have at any time of year. And it's Australian themed, so if you're from Australia or New Zealand, you're going to absolutely love this one because we are doing zucchini slices, or to my UK people that would be courgette slices. It's like a mixture between a frittata and a muffin. The texture of it feels more like a muffin, but it tastes like a courgette frittata, or even a fritter. If you remember the courgette fritter phase, then it's got similar ingredients to that too. Delicious, and it's so addictive treat for you to make using your slow cooker. I say it's so good. I've just done a batch of them, photographed them, and they've pretty much gone straight away. They're just so good. So shall I show you the ingredients that you need to make this delicious treat with?
First, let me explain to you who we are. If you're new around here, my name is Sam, and I've been teaching people how to cook smart with just kitchen gadgets for over 10 years. In fact, we don't even have an oven or a hob in our kitchen. We are double Sunday Times bestsellers, and The Independent calls us the best for beginner cooks. But because we've been creating videos for a while, we've ended up with more than 1,500 recipe videos on our YouTube channel. So what we have done is we have created a recipe index organised by Gadget to help you quickly find your next recipe video. You can find them all at KitchenGadgetsClub.com/YouTube, and we would be honoured if you would subscribe to our YouTube channel for more recipe videos like this. So now let's get back to the food.
You traditionally expect to see egg, cheese and flour to make it with, so of course you can add in your own ingredients. I often see recipes with onion and bacon, so what I've gone with instead, because I had some in the fridge and then you don't need to cook out the bacon first, is I've got some chorizo. It's already chopped up and ready to go, and I've used a red onion. So let me show you the remainder of the ingredients that we've got that make this up. You've got a big batch of courgette, grated and excess liquid squeezed out. You've got your eggs and your flour, self-raising or self-rising depending where you're from, and plenty of grated cheese. I've got a mixture here of red Leicester and cheddar, but you can use whatever you want that grates. I've got loads of diced chorizo there. It's a favourite food in our house thanks to all those years we lived in Portugal. I've got garlic puree, I've got smoked paprika, I've got basil, I've got salt and pepper, and you need a little bit of olive oil to add to the mixture. So aren't they easy everyday ingredients that we often have in already? So you see the grated courgette and you think to yourself, well, what's the weight like? Well, it's the equivalent of 2 of these. So I would consider these to be medium-sized courgettes. So 2 medium-sized courgettes, grated, including the skin, and then the excess moisture is stripped out of it, because otherwise you end up with quite a watery batter. And then for the actual batter itself, it is really thick, so easy to go in the slow cooker. So now I've explained the ingredients, shall we get started with this delicious slow cooker recipe? So we're going to start with the 3 base ingredients. So that's your zucchini that you've already grated, your eggs and your flour. So I've got those out already. I've also got out my favourite little mixing jug, because you don't actually add that much to this, so you don't need a huge bowl. And I've got a hand whisk as well. And then what you want to do is start off with cracking your eggs into your jug. 2, 3, 4, and 5's the last one. And then grab your whisk and give those eggs a really good mix. I find it easier to break the yolks first and then start mixing them. And then just keep mixing until they feel like they've gone really, really creamy when you're mixing them, and you can feel the textures change. Kind of like that. Just give them a little bit longer. Right, so once you've done that, you can start adding in your flour. So you can kind of do a bit at a time if you prefer. And then you don't want any lumps in there, so you want to give it a really good mix. And then you can add in your rest of your flour and then just keep mixing it. And you'll feel it thickening up a lot. And then just give it a really good mix. And as you can tell there, it's gone lovely and smooth now. So as the mixture is getting really, really thick now, I'm going to swap this for a dessert spoon instead. You can, of course, use a wooden spoon if you prefer, or a spatula. I just find it really easy with a spoon. With your eggs and with your flour, it's time to add in your courgette, or as they call in Australia, zucchini. And then you just want to slowly mix it in because your jug's getting rather full now. Do it so that it's all nicely mixed in. And then next you can add in some garlic puree, or you can do some minced garlic. I like garlic puree as an easy, cheap method. Got some fresh basil going in there as well, that's been specially dried. I love this. And then of course paprika, good bit of salt, a bit of pepper, and then one last stir, and then we can get the slow cooker out. And wasn't that easy so far? And that is the biggest bit of mixing that you actually do in this recipe. So if you think that's often the base recipe, and if you wanted to keep it simple, and if you didn't want to add any of the extras and you just want something you can throw in the slow cooker, then you can add that and then just sprinkle some cheese on top and you're done. But of course it's nice to add in extras. It's like an omelette. How often do we have a plain omelette compared to when we have the cheese and the ham and the spinach and all the other things that you like to add into it? So I'm just going to grab my slow cooker. So this is my favourite black slow cooker, and it's brilliant for this kind of recipe where you just want to do a nice layer of your mixture and get it on in the slow cooker. So baking paper, parchment paper, whatever you call it, you want some of this that you can cut and use this to cover your slow cooker with, but also as a way to be able to easily grab it out once it's finished cooking. So I recommend that you have a little bit of an overhang. Because you can always trim it down just before it goes on. So, trim yourself some. And then you want to pop it down like this so that you can be putting your food directly in there. And then the ugly overhang bits like that can be chopped down just before it goes on. So isn't that simple? So now we can start loading up the slow cooker with ingredients and get cooking it. So I'm going to start first with some onion. So this will weigh down the more ingredients it gets in it, if you're worried that it's moving about too much. So I've got a good bit of the red onion that I've diced there. Then the beautiful food that I love, chorizo. So I've got a good layer of this in here as well. And then you can add a layer of cheese. So who doesn't love cheese, hey? I've lost some down the side there, so I'm just going to move that. And then you can move some over so that it weighs it down a bit. And next step is to pour in your batter that you've already made. And then you just want to add it all in and then make sure it's spread out. You can see all the lovely colour from the grated courgette. And then use your spoon to move it about. Sort these bits out so that they don't burn as it cooks. And wasn't that easy so far? And now you literally just add in your leftovers and popping them on top. So, shall we sprinkle over the rest of the onion? And then chorizo. Oh, I love this stuff. And then, of course, your remaining grated cheese. And then for the olive oil, you can add a little bit to your remaining batter. And then pour it over, and it really does make it taste better. And you can also add the olive oil at the same time as you're mixing all your batter ingredients in the jug, or you can add a little bit on top depending on how you like your crust on top in your slow cooker. And then that bit there, I think, as well. If you look there, you've got it all ready to go on. So now the slow cooker trick. Super-sized tea towel. And then you want to pop it over your slow cooker. And then pop your lid over like that. And what this basically does is it stops it having too much moisture as it's cooking and creating a wet frittata. Or you do the same with frittatas, breakfast casseroles, with slices like this. So no matter what you're doing, it's a great trick to have. You can do the same with puddings as well. So if you're doing a self-saucing pudding in the slow cooker, you would add the tea towel as well. So I'm going to pop it on. And I'm going to give it 2.5 hours on high, and then we can see how it's doing. So turn it on, you're looking for high, and I've found the ideal cooking time is actually 2.5 hours on high. So set that and then a start. But if you do have a Ninja Foodie, for example, I would probably say 3 hours would be more appropriate, and then press start. And we're back in 2.5.
Let me introduce you to Kitchen Gadgets Club. We recommend joining it because it's brilliant for kitchen gadget recipes with step-by-step photos. It's got lots of easy recipes. You can join for as little as £1 a week. It has a library of over 1,000 plus kitchen gadget recipes, and we add 4 new exclusive recipes every single week. Here are just a few of the recipes. Each recipe has both metric and imperial, step-by-step photographs, plenty of useful kitchen gadget advice from experts. Just take a look at some of the photographs. And of course, you can join by heading to KitchenGadgetsClub.com/join. And now, shall we get back to the food?
So the slow cooker's done its cook time. I've taken off the tea towel, which is lovely and warm, I may add. And we now have our zucchini slice. So do you want to take a look at this and see what you think? This is what it looks like now. I mean, doesn't it look amazing? So of course everything is sat on the greaseproof paper, so it makes it really, really easy to then get it in and out the slow cooker. So you just grab a plate, pop it off. And there, as you can see, it's got a lovely shape like your slow cooker. Then you can get rid of your slow cooker. And then it's just really, really easy to remove it from the paper. And then you've just got a little bit of grease from your chorizo. You are done. Doesn't that look fabulous? It really is really, really nice. And it's a great way to do a hidden veg recipe. And of course, as you know, we're very obsessed with slow cooker. We love doing frittatas, breakfast casseroles. You can do a strata in there as well. And they're just all really, really nice. So if you've not done a zucchini slice before and you're wondering what they're like, then think all the same ingredients but just different quantities as what you put into zucchini fritters. So if you love the fritters, then you'll love this. Or if you just like a frittata, you know, because you can mix and match it with different vegetables. So shall I slice into it and show you what it's like? So then, let's do this, shall we? I like to do it into strips, but you can do it into big chunks if you prefer. Oh, and that's what it looks like. Doesn't that look brilliant? And you can just continue, so you can do bigger chunks if you prefer, like this, or you can just do thin strips like I've started there, and then you can go down the middle as well and create for yourself some lovely slices. I always love to grab a bit from the middle because then I can show you that it's cooked in the centre. So that's it upside down, and then underneath, if you look through the layers, you can see it all there. So this big one's going to be mine because I absolutely love it. Oh, lovely. Lovely one. Oh, this is so good. If you love a frittata and muffins and all that kind of things, then really do give this a go. It's really easy to make in the slow cooker like I've shown. You can mix up your herbs and spices if you want. And I'm also going to be putting this recipe over at KitchenGadgetsClub.com if you're looking for following this and seeing all the ingredients we've included. And I just also wanted to say thank you to the lovely worldwide audience that we have. And you know, we have people from the UK, so we're obviously providing British recipes. We have a US and Canadian following, Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, Germany, France, Spain, and I could go on. And it's just so nice to learn about the food in the different cultures and the kind of recipes that you want. So thanks again to the lovely lady from New Zealand that asked us to make this, because we absolutely love it. Thanks for watching, and now you've seen a glimpse into our ovenless world. And of course, if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. This is what I call one of our step-by-step instruction videos. If you would rather have short and sweet, don't forget to check out our shorts. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook, TikTok and Instagram. And if you want to find videos quickly, if you head over to KitchenGadgetsClub.com/YouTube, you can see an A to Z list of all our YouTube videos, so you can find videos by Kitchen Gadget. And I'll see you again soon.